Time for some lip smacking and gum flapping. Alright, well, I just deposited my check for the heat kit, and now I am driving through the parking lot of the local shopping mall. I wanted to point out a store over here that I had never ever seen before. Wondering if you guys have them in your area. Would be interested to know. There you go, Ollie's. Good stuff, cheap. Like I said, I've never seen it before, never actually heard of it. Maybe in other parts of the country. They seem to make a pretty big deal of it opening. So I don't know. I just thought I would ask. Let me drive over to the place that I want to do my flapping video, and we'll go from there. So stay tuned. Well, I'm back with you once again. It is a Wednesday. It is now 12:06 in the afternoon here at a place called Shields Park here in Seymour, watching the squirrels run around. Surprisingly, a lot of cars parked here. I don't see very many people, but you know, it is what it is, I guess. I spent a lot of this morning going over some things on the computer. I thought it was going to be a simple matter again, and you know, anybody that knows anything about computers knows it never is a simple matter to do about anything. Oh, by the way, I am feeling much better today. I had a good night's sleep last night. I did take some Tylenol before I went to bed, and I generally sleep pretty good with Tylenol, so I did sleep all the way through. I think I woke up. I didn't really wake up. I hadn't actually went to sleep yet. I went to bed about 10 o'clock, and then about 11:30 I got up, turned the light on, and played some solitaire on my phone to hopefully make myself sleepy, and I guess it worked. About 12:30 I went to bed again, and it was almost 8:30 by the time I woke up, so that worked out rather well. Happy about that. But the thing I was working on the computer is, again, I understand I'm running Linux. I understand there's going to be some complications. Nothing as simple as Windows when it comes to doing this. What I'm trying to do, and I think I mentioned this the other day about my networking, trying to access files on my workshop computer or the living room computer. That's the only two computers I have on the network as far as Ethernet is concerned, and so it's really not like there's a lot of stuff there, you know, to get confused with. But I went into trying to anybody that's messed with networking and have more than one computer on their network, they generally use a program called BNC to access the remote desktop, and that way you can basically sit in your easy chair like I wanted to do and access the other computer, and you're basically looking at a picture of it. Your mouse movements, everything is mimicked. In other words, you see everything you're doing on it just like you were sitting there at the computer. And I thought, well, I can set that up. Surely Linux has a version of that to do it. Sure they do. They do. But it's never as easy as the people who write these tech articles would have you believe. To begin with, the version I used was for Ubuntu. That should not be a problem because Ubuntu and MX Linux are both based on Debian Linux, and that is their core. and so it should work the same, and everything was working exactly the same until I got to a certain point. Well, the last, basically the last step involving SSH, and anybody that's messed with that probably knows it's not the easiest thing to configure. But anyway, I figured, you know, I needed to deposit that check, and so I'm not sure what I'm hearing. I think that's I don't know if that's the swings over there. There are some kids on the swings over there, but man, they are noisy, if that's what it is. But anyway, I needed to deposit that check, and I thought, well, I can do a flapping video, you know, what the heck, got nothing else to do. So here I am doing this, and it's a kind of a partly cloudy day. It rained this morning here, and I kind of like the rain for a while anyway, and that's nice. But so that's what I'm doing. I thought, well, I'll take a break from trying to pull out the rest of my hair, and I don't have a lot of it there, you know that. Again, I didn't do much Monday at all, except for be in pain. I don't know. It's hard to tell with me because I have both gout and arthritis, and Bob seems to think it's probably arthritis, but I don't know for sure. The changing in the barometer, as anybody with arthritis knows, does make a difference. So basically, whenever that happens, you feel it in your joints, and I felt it bad in my elbow. Now, what tends to make me think it's more gout related than arthritis is the fact that it's confined to my elbow. That seems to be the MO of gout. It seems to target a certain joint. You know, I mean, if it was just plain old arthritis, it would be in all my joints, and the rest of them doesn't feel bad at all. So I can have free movement. So I have also have been having some eye problems. I hesitate to even mention it, but anybody who's on or has high blood sugar, diabetic type people, and some of the more severe cases, they have problems with their eyes, and I'm one of those. I had to have a lot of laser surgery early on, and to correct some problems. They had a detached retina. I had that all done, and then I had some, I'm not really sure what you'd call them, but basically a large black spot appears in one of your eyes, and with me it's almost always I don't think I've ever had it in my left eye, but it's always the right eye, and you see a large, basically I think what it is blood. I really do. I can't think what else it would be, but either a blood vessel breaks or something of that sort, and then you have that spots there, and you know, with me it will go away. It takes maybe a day or two before it goes completely away. And so that happens. I was told by the doctor that it happens when your blood sugar goes up or down. In other words, it could mean your blood sugar is more high than it was, you know, normally, or it's going down. And in my case, I'm sure it's going up because I have my regular doctor put me on another medicine for that because of my A1C doesn't want to go down where he wants it at, and so that's their mark of where they want you at as far as your blood sugar and that is concerned. So I'm sure that's part of it too. So I do have a little bit of a spot now still left there, but it's not as bad as it was. I can see okay, but anyway, that's what's going on with that. Not much else going on. You saw yesterday, well actually today's video, that I got the frequency counter. Don over at Restoral Radios, I will be sending you that information in email and let you know where I got it at. I'm hoping when I do the demo of it, it works as advertised. Of course, you never can be sure of that, getting things from China. Now the other full frequency counters seem to work perfectly. for what it was advertised as, which was 1 through 500 megahertz. I didn't try the high end, but it was a definite cutoff at 1 megahertz. So anyway, that's that. The probe, I'm anxious to get that built and test that. I probably won't do the other enclosure for the actual LNA part of the build yet. I'll probably just put the circuit board together, and in fact I don't have an enclosure for it unless I use one of the BDST. I might do that and go that route, so I don't know, we'll see. But anyway, that's coming up. I have that Japanese tube radio that I was pointing out also in the video. That's coming up. I would like to use the BDST on that and do some tracing. I think I did. I said I didn't do anything to it, but I think I did plug it in and turn it on. I didn't get anything, I don't think. More than likely that's audio, but you never can tell. I kind of think I want to try the BDST on the circuits and go from there. There's no schematic on it, and that will be an interesting one to find out where we're at, what we're doing, things like that, and I think that would be a good idea. So that's what I'm going to do with that. Don't know what else is coming up. I really haven't had much goings on other than playing with the computer and doing stuff at home. Lexi is pretty much out of the picture right now, other than she did stop by yesterday before yesterday, to bring me some Tylenol. I texted her and asked her if she was in town. She said she was at work. I asked her what time she got off. She said 10, but she had an hour lunch break coming up. And I asked her if she would bring me some Tylenol. She did, and so that was good. Appreciate that very much, and that really helped a lot. And by Monday evening, I was feeling much better as long as I didn't crank my elbow around or anything like that. It wasn't, if I kept it in one spot, it wasn't throbbing like it was previously. So that was good. So basically, what I'm trying to do with this computer setup is basically get it able to file share between the two workshop and the living room, and it just is a lot easier to do it that way than carrying it on a flash drive back and forth, and it's just much easier to do. So if I can get that done, I'll be happy about that. I probably will I read this tutorial several times. I'm going to link to it. I'll put a link in the description so you can read it. But the problem with Linux is people who use Linux think everybody knows what they're talking about when they say things. And that's simply not the case. I understand there's when we're dealing with a network program like this, there is a server aspect and a client aspect. Anybody that knows anything about that knows that the server runs on the machine that you're trying to access, and the client runs on the remote system that you're trying to access it from, simply put. And so there's a section in there at the last that tells you how to configure and connect to the server, but it really uses client server in backwards terminology, and that's what's confusing, because you have no idea of what they're talking about. But for the heck of it, I went ahead and put both sets of information in, the client and the server. Neither one of them works. I got a connection refused message on both situations. And the other problem with tech writers is they do not give you an option. In other words, they think that it's going to work, no problem. It didn't. And they don't say, well, if this comes up, do this. They don't do that. They just give you the, here's what you got to do, and this is the way it works. And, if it doesn't work that way, well, you're on your own. Which is what I am, on my own. But anyway, I know I'm still fuming about that, and I didn't really mean to. But it is what it is, and so that's a good thing, I guess. Bob says it makes life interesting. Thanks, Bob. I'm looking at this car next to me here. It's the Toyota. It's got a Batman, red Batman symbol on the rear quarter panel. I don't know, is that a Batman edition? Is there a Batman edition of a Toyota? You guys didn't believe me, did you? There it is, Batman. It had to be a red one because black one wouldn't show up very well. Of course, with the white outline it would, I guess, but whatever. So anyway, that's that. So far I haven't had anybody bothering me. I never should say that because as soon as I do, generally 15 people will pass by. Cars driving past, but other than that, that's about it. Again, good day here in Seymour. Let's see what the temperature is. I think it's in the 70s, I believe. 78. So that's pretty good. I like that. Again, overcast right at the moment. And a nice cool breeze. I have all the windows open on the car. I don't think I'm quite level there. I'll get back like I was. There we go. But anyway, I have all the windows open. It's a nice breeze blowing in. I like the windows open much better than I do the air conditioning running. It's just a much better situation for me. Trying to see what's going on. I hate to be sitting here talking when somebody's coming up on me. I don't know why people do that, or why I even worry about it. What do I care what people think? Again, the Heathkit 1084. What was it? 8410? 80? The VOM FET VOM is what it is. 5284, I think that's what it is. That I'll ship that or get that packed up when I get home. Get that ready to mail out, and hopefully get it to the post office. I have a package to mail Bob that's been sitting there for a month, and maybe I'll get that done too. So that's got to go. Again, I think, not really sure how to do this. I was thinking about making the video for Saturday today or tomorrow on the Heathkit condenser checker. I think it's a C3. C3, I think, is the model number of that, and I want to get that up and see if we can get any interest in that. I appreciate the the buyer of the 5284, Daniel. He bought that, and I appreciate that. And so that's going to him. I may do the future videos sales as PayPal only. It's a little bit complicated for me to get checks into my account. For one thing, I do not have any deposit slips. I basically had to take my deposit information, which comes on the when you get checks, it comes on a little slip of paper. It says check your account, and it has all the printed information. And I had to use that in my driver's license and put that in there with the check I wanted to deposit, and that's what I did. But that's I don't like doing that. For one thing, I didn't get a deposit, or not deposit, but a receipt. I usually get a receipt when I do that, and I didn't get one this time, so I don't really worry about it because, I mean, it's the bank for one thing, and it will show up on my electronic statement, so I don't have to worry about it too much. In fact, I could probably check my app right now and it would be there. But anyway, that's just some of the things you think about when you're depositing money and things like that. You think, well, why didn't I get this or that? I've noticed it a lot on and since this COVID-19 thing has been active. It seems like the further we get into it, the less people wanted to have a conversation with you or have contact with you, which I can understand. But I've noticed on the drive-through windows for food, a lot of times you don't get a receipt. Now sometimes you will and you won't even get asked, but now I got Wendy's last night. I like their home style chicken. I got that with fries and drink. And I was asked if I wanted a receipt. I really don't need a receipt. Like I said, it always shows up on my statement. You know, I can go online and check it. It's not a big deal. But at the same time, you think, you know, why is it because of the COVID-19? That's the reason why they do that? I don't understand. But I don't think about it so much anymore. But used to, it was just a common thing. You got a receipt no matter what you did. And I guess times change. I don't know, but it's not gonna worry me too much. But so what else is going on here in the big town of Seymour, Indiana? I guess it is a city. It's not a town. At least here in Indiana, there's classifications for towns and cities, and I imagine it's the same way in every state. But the place I used to live, Vivi, that was a town. Did not have a mayor. Had a town council. Of course, like I said, Seymour has a mayor and a city council. So, you know, just difference in the sizes, I guess. They've been doing a lot of work on the roads down towards the expressway. I-65 runs through Seymour, basically. And when I say that, it's really not going through Seymour, but it's going right next to it. And of course you have businesses on both sides of the expressway always. And that sounds like Bob had coming in there. Let me see what Bob wants. Well, anyway, I'm not really sure what he was saying. I didn't have my glasses on. I couldn't really see it. I could make it bigger and seen it, I guess, but I'll get to see it when I get home. I'm not gonna make this too much longer because I've flapped quite a while. I'm doing this for Bill, old 64 goat. I guess he likes flapping videos. He likes to make them enough, I know that. I like old Bill. That's another thing. I've been watching the lady with her dogs running in the park there. I've been watching certain videos. I'm not going to mention any names, but I've been watching them at 2x speed on, you know, you can do that on YouTube. You can change the speed up or down, and I've been doing that on 2x for a lot of videos because there are some videos that I just need to hear what they say, and really it's all I'm interested in. And there's other videos that I like to watch, and I do watch. And still watching the Midsummer Murders videos. I do 2 or 3 of those a day, and watch them. I like those very much. I'm to the point now where the new Chief Inspector Barnaby is the head of the gang, John Barnaby, and so I understand the sergeant's going to be leaving here before long. So it's just kind of interesting to watch. They're really, you've seen one, you've seen them all, but it's something to do to pass the time, I suppose, is the best way to put it. So, especially on Monday. I think I watched 5 of them on Monday. I just didn't feel like doing anything at all. So I just sat there and watched the boob tube, as it were, on YouTube. So like I said, where was I going with the, I don't know where I was going with the town, but I started to say there's businesses on both sides of the expressway, and if you go all the way out to 31, US 31, which there's businesses all the way out to there. And so everybody, you know, considers that Seymour, but it's not really. The town actually starts quite a bit closer in than that. So, but anyway, it's they're doing a lot of work on the road down there. That's what I was going at. I don't know what they're doing, but they have a 35-mile-an-hour speed limit, and I guess there's been some problems with that because Seymour Police Department posts on Facebook a lot about it. And so I try to avoid that area. For one thing, the last time I went to Burger King to get something to eat, there's a dedicated left turn lane there to go into Burger King, and it's not there anymore. They have it barricaded off. So how do you get to Burger King? Well, you got to go past it and go down till you get to a point where you can do a left turn, UE turn, and come back, and that wasn't very helpful to me. Of course, if I'd thought about it, I could have turned right into White Castles and the other on that side, and just turned around there and came across. If I was going back to Burger King, I would do that now, but too late, after you do it. But the town is, I guess, growing. I don't know exactly what's going on here. They're building a new part of and I guess it's a bypass. It's called Burkhart Boulevard, and it basically for State Route 11, which goes right through Seymour. It goes around basically all the businesses, and you don't have all the stoplights and things like that. And they're doing that over on my side of the town now, and they have the other side of the town over by or where I'm at over here on this side, and they have that done already. And so I'm going to not today, but very soon I'm going to probably put my video dash cam in, and we're going to explore that a little bit more and show you what it does and the difference it makes. We'll basically go one way on the bypass and then go the other way on State Route 11, and we'll see the difference in time it does make. And that would be interesting, I think, because there's a lot of actually that's quite a big of an issue for a lot of small towns is bypasses, and they do that with expressways and state routes and things like that a lot of times it's mainly for truck traffic, I'm sure, and but again, they just do that. They've done one recently going east with the town of North Vernon. North Vernon is a small town going towards Cincinnati, towards the east, and they did that on State Route 50, basically bypassed the whole town, and I'm sure there was some anger at that, but local people I don't think really affects too much. As far as we're concerned, we're going where we go no matter what. If I'm going to North Vernon for something, I would just go into town the old way. I mean, it's not a big deal. But the only reason I would want to go bypass it is if I'm going past it. I go that way to my son's house, and I go bypass it because there's no sense in going through the town if there's no reason for you to stop. I don't know exactly what the anger is on people that get angry about things like that, because unless you're headed to a specific place, why would you stop there anyway? So anyway, like I said, and for the people that are going to that place, I mean, they're going to go anyway. So I don't know what the big deal is. I think it's a good deal on that, but just my feelings on it. Here's a look at the park. I don't know, I guess I could have showed you that at least. I'm guessing this is probably this is the oldest park, I'm sure, in Seymour. It's been around a long time. My grandson used to play baseball right there in the fenced area, so watch him there. So good deal. All right. So anyway, here I don't know how long I've been at this. I don't remember what time it was when I started, but it's 12:33 now, so I think I'm going to wrap this up, and I think it's a good enough flap for today. I think I've covered all the subjects that I wanted to cover, mainly the computer hair pulling, for lack of a better term. And I get back home, back into the AC. It's not, like I say, it's every bit as comfortable out here as it is in the house, but it's a different type of comfort, if you guys know what I'm talking about. Anybody that goes outdoors a lot knows what I'm talking about. So, like I said, it's just a better deal all around. You guys have a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see ya.